Hello pupils, hope you are fine, hope you are sanitizing and you are safe there at home. Now we are actually going to start our social studies lesson, and in our lesson today we are going to look at the government of Kenya. Now I hope this is not a topic that is now being taught for the first time. This is a topic that you had even looked at in class 4. This is a topic that you had even looked at in class 4. And remember, in class 4, you were looking at the county government. And remember, in our lesson today, we are not going to look at the county government, but at least we are going to review it to see which is the composition of the county government, who are in the county government. Now, when you look at the county government is headed by a governor. The governor is the boss of the county. He is the one who heads the county government. Now, the governor is assisted by the deputy governor. Remember, in Kenya, we have 47 counties. The largest county, your teacher taught you that, is Turkana. The smallest county is Mombasa. Now, that aside, in our lesson today, we are going to look at the arms of the government. Now, when looking at the arms of the government of Kenya has 3 arms. Now, the arms of the government, these are just branches of the government. Remember, these arms work independently together so as to see the government running through smoothly. Now, the 3 arms of the government are: 1, we have judiciary. Then we have the legislature. Then finally we have the executive. Now these are the arms of the government. Remember, these arms of the government have various functions that they perform independently so as to make the government run smoothly. But our center of interest today is going to be the legislature arm of the government. Now, what is the role of the legislature, if I may ask? Fine, the legislature is the arm of the government that makes and amends laws. Now remember, it is in the legislature where laws are made. It is in the same legislature where laws are amended. Now, what is an amendment, if I may ask? An amendment is a change in the constitution. An amendment is a change in the constitution. An amendment, this is a change in the constitution. Now, the legislature, now the Kenyan legislature is bicameral in nature. Now, what do I mean by bicameral? Let's see. Now, let's see. The main point here is bicameral. What do we mean by bicameral? When we say the Kenyan legislature is bicameral, we mean it has got 2 houses. Now, the legislature as an arm of the government is divided into 2 houses. 1, we have the upper house. Now, bicameral means it is divided into 2 houses. Now, the divisions are here. We have the upper house and we have the lower house. The upper house is also called the Senate. the upper house of the legislature is also called the Senate, while the lower house is also called the National Assembly. Here you can talk of Now, my good learners, I would want you to understand this well, because this is where we go wrong. The Kenyan legislature, as we have said, is divided into two. One, we have the upper house, and we also have the lower house. Now, we've said the upper house is also called the Senate, and we also have the lower house, which is also called the National Assembly. Now, very fast, let us look at the composition of the Senate. Now, when I talk about composition, I don't mean the one you write in English. The composition means who are found in the upper house. Who are these people who sit in the upper house or the upper chamber, or rather on the Senate? These are the people that we are going to cite here. Remember, the Senate has got a total of 68 members. The Senate has a total of 68 members. Now, when you hear the Senate, anytime in an exam scenario where you are asked the total members of the Senate, they are 68 in total. And I am going to cite them here. We are going to discuss them and we are going to see them. Let's see. Now, 68 members. Now, let's look at them. We have 68 members in total. Now, these 68 members in total are further broken into the following. We have 47 elected senators. Now, what we mean is from each and every county, a senator is elected then to represent the county. Then we have 16 nominated members representing the women. Now, in each and every, not in each and every county, sorry, we mean 16 members are nominated in the Senate to represent the interest of the women. Then we have 2 nominees. Who are nominees? These are people who are appointed. They are not elected using votes, but they are appointed. These 2 nominees represent the youth. They represent the youth. Of course, for you to be nominated to represent the youth, then it means you must be a youth. That is age 18 to 35 years. You cannot nominate somebody like Teacher Opondo here, who is 42 years, to represent the youth. Why? I'm not a youth actually. So these 2 nominees representing the youth should be having an age bracket of around 18 to 35 years. Then let's see. We also have Now, I want us to look at this well, because this is where we confuse ourselves during exam. We have 2 nominees also representing the disabled. Of course, for you to select somebody or to nominate somebody to represent the disabled, then this person must be having any form of disability. Could be this person is blind, so he's selected to represent all the people with disabilities. Then we have 1 speaker. Now, note these learners. The 1 speaker, this is the main ex-officio member of the Senate. The Senate Speaker is elected by the senators. Get me right, because when we'll be looking at the National Assembly, you will realize that we also have the National Assembly Speaker, who is elected by members of parliament. But the speaker I'm talking about here, this is the Senate Speaker, who is elected by the senators. Now, what I mean is this. Initially, the Senate Speaker was a senator. Then he is elected to be a speaker. Once he's elected to be a speaker, he loses his seat as a senator, so he becomes a speaker. So his role is to chair debates in the Senate. His role is to chair debates in the Senate. And remember, you could be asked by an examiner, who is the main ex officio member of the Senate? This is the Senate Speaker. And the Senate Speaker is called Ken Lusaka. Ken Lusaka. This is the current Senate Speaker. He is the one who chairs debates in the Senate. Now, the total number of members, we have total of 68 members. Now, note these learners. An examiner may want to ask you, the total number of people in the Senate are dash 210, 290, 68, 67. You will realize that some of us who are not keen enough in this our class would choose 67, while I've said 68. Actually, if you add this, you'll come up with 68 members. Now, let's see on the National Assembly. Now, we've said the National Assembly is also called lower house, or you can talk of parliament. Now, who does not know parliament here, learners? Most of the days you listen to parliament sessions where the lawmakers are always discussing about the laws. Remember, it is in the parliament where laws are made. It is in the same parliament where laws are amended. Now, a set of laws that is made in parliament that governs our country is called a constitution. Now remember, you might also be asked, in which year was our constitution promulgated? It was promulgated in the year 2010. These examiners like asking very simple questions. Learners, let us not miss the questions. Let us get it right and not miss the questions. Now, National Assembly, we've said it is also called the parliament or the lower house. Now, it is at this place where laws are made. Now, let us look at the composition. Now, as I had said, learners, composition means the members found in this house. Now, here we have Now, I want us to look. We can see figures like 350, 290, 47, 12, and 1 speaker. What are these? Now, we have 200, and in the National Assembly, or rather in the lower house or the parliament, where lawmakers sit comfortably and make the laws. Here is where we have 290 elected MPs. What do I mean by this? Kenya as a country is divided into 290 constituencies. From each and every constituency, a member of parliament is elected by the members at the constituency level. Me and you, your parents, I hope you've always escorted them to the constituency voting center where people vote, and you know your MP. Like for my MP is Honorable Njoroge. I don't know if you are MP there. You can tell maybe your brother down there. Now, these MPs are 290. Remember, we've said that Kenya is divided into 290 constituencies. From each and every constituency, a member of parliament is elected to represent a constituency. Now, let's look at some possible questions from this. You could be asked, how many constituencies are there in Kenya? Somebody would say 210, somebody would say 290, somebody would say 47, somebody would say 68. All these answers are in social studies, but now we are interested in the correct answer. We said that Kenya is divided into 290 constituencies, and from each and every constituency, a member of parliament or an MP is elected. Now, the first composition is of the National Assembly are the 290 elected MPs. Then we have 47 women representatives. From each and every county, remember we have 47 counties in Kenya. From each and every county, a women representative. This is a leader who should be a lady to represent the interest of the ladies, to represent the interest of the women. Now, from a county level, one member, one lady is elected to represent the interest of the ladies. Now, this gives us a total of 47. I hope now you understand the figure, my learners. Now, we have 12 nominated members of parliament. Now, who nominates this? Could be an examiner may throw a question, learners, that who nominates the 12 nominated members of parliament? This is the answer. Listen good, my learners. You'll get it. Now, the 12 nominated members, they are nominated by various political parties, like ODM, like Jubilee, like Ford Kenya. So, in each and every political party, depending on the members that they have in the parliament, will be given a slot. That you as ODM give us only one MP. And I would give examples of such nominated MP. Who does not know here about Wilson Sossion? Who does not know of Wilson Sossion? He is one of the nominated MPs who was nominated by ODM. Then we have one speaker. Now the speaker of the National Assembly is the main ex officio member of the National Assembly. The Speaker of the National Assembly is the main ex officio member of the National Assembly. Now, my good learners, the Speaker of the National Assembly is elected by the members of parliament. Now, I want you to get this from this simple example. If Teacher Opondo, who is teaching social studies here, was a member of parliament, then he contests to be elected as a speaker. Once my fellow members of parliament elect me as a speaker, then I would lose my seat of being a member of parliament and become a speaker. That is how a person becomes a speaker. The speaker initially was a member of parliament, seated in parliament. But after being elected as the speaker, he ceases to be a member of parliament and becomes a speaker. Remember, it is the role of this speaker or the main ex officio member of parliament to actually control debates. He's the one who shouts, order, order, members of parliament. It is his role to control debates, to make sure that there is order in parliament. That is the role of the speaker. Now, in total, if you look at these members, you will realize that the members are 350. Actually, if you look at all of them, you realize that they are 350 in total. That is the composition of the National Assembly. Now, in brief, what we are talking about today, we were looking at the government of Kenya, and we managed to see that the government of Kenya is divided into two. We have the national government, and we have the county government or the devolved government. The county government is also called the devolved government. Now, we went on and looked at the arms of the government, and we said these are branches. In simple terms, if you don't want to use the word arms, then say these are branches of the government. And we said we have the legislature, we have the executive, we have the judiciary. All these arms of the government or branches of the government work together to see the day-to-day running of the government. And remember, in our lesson today, we've only measured on the legislature. we've only measured on the legislature. And as you can see, we've said the legislature, the Kenyan legislature, is bicameral. Who knows the meaning of bicameral? Has two houses. In short, has two houses. Bicameral means has two houses. And we said the houses are upper house and the lower house. We have the upper house and we have the lower house. Now we said the upper house is also called the Senate. The upper house is also called the Senate. Now who can remind us the number of members in the Senate? Yes. Actually, as you have said, they are 68 members in total, of which they are as follows. They are as follows, as we have said. We have 47 elected senators. These are elected from each and every county. For example, I come from Nairobi County. My senator is Honorable Johnson Sakaja. I hope we also, who does not know Honorable Johnson Sakaja? Nobody. Now, we also have 16 nominated members representing the women. These are nominated to represent the interest of the women. Then we have 2 nominees representing the youth, and we also have 2 nominees representing the disabled. Of course, we said this must be a disabled. Yeah, this must be a disabled. There is no way you will take somebody like Teacher Opondo here to go represent the disabled. That one is impossible. It is not possible. This must be a disabled person. Then we have one speaker who is called Ken Lusaka. Now, there is only one thing that I would want to remind you before I conclude my lesson. That is, in the National Assembly, the speaker there is called Justin Muturi. Justin Muturi. This is the name of the current speaker of the National Assembly. Remember, we have Ken Lusaka, the Senate Speaker, and we have the National Assembly Speaker called Justin Muturi. Hope you've enjoyed, learners. Now, just stay tuned. Let us meet in our next lesson. Stay safe, sanitize, and keep on praying during this trying moment. Thank you so much.